Oh, god damn, what a season. What is up, Cave Dwellers? My name is Gabe, your resident Cave Dweller Lord. Let's talk about Game of Thrones Season 6. So, episode 10. that was amazing. First of all, we've got Daenerys. That's the first thing I want to talk about because I feel like that's the most interesting part of this whole scenario. Well, maybe not necessarily the most interesting, but definitely the most satisfying part of this whole thing. She's finally doing what she set out to do, and that's invade Westeros. And we're getting war, and it's gonna be bloody, and it's gonna be awesome. As awesome as episode 9? Probably not. Actually, no, yes, probably, yeah, it probably will be better than episode 9, way better than episode 9. But yeah, that's amazing. The second most probably savage part of this episode, and probably one of the most savage things this entire season, hands down my favorite season yet, by the way, is Cersei. Yeah. She killed everyone. Oh, and R.I.P. Bernie Sanders, R.I.P. Marjorie, R.I.P. Loris. Screw Walder Frey. That guy doesn't deserve an R.I.P. That guy's... no. Good on you, Arya. Good on you. You did what you had to do. You did what you had to do. You did what you set out to do. You are no one! And then, of course, there's Jon Snow being called the King of the North. Or being considered the King of the North, like his brother before him, Robb Stark, who, of course, died in Season 3. But more interestingly, we finally got confirmation of probably the biggest fan theory in Game of Thrones history. R plus L equals J. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, which you should by now. I don't know. How are you watching this show if you don't know what R plus L equals J means? Rhaegar plus Lyanna equals Jon. And Rhaegar Targaryen, of course, brother of Daenerys Targaryen, Lyanna Stark, sister of Ned Stark, and Jon, of course, being the quote-unquote bastard son of Ned Stark. Now we know he was not Ned's son. He was Lyanna's son. He was the son of Lyanna, and we didn't see Rhaegar in the scene, but supposedly Rhaegar Targaryen, probably, most likely, Rhaegar Targaryen, making him a Targaryen. So, see how that plays out in the future. Another interesting focal point of this episode was what happened in Dorne. I feel like a lot of people won't really be talking about this, but I found it to be really interesting. What is Varys planning? What is Illyria planning? What is Olenna planning? Because it seems like they're gonna join Daenerys in her conquest in Westeros. If that happens, we've got an even bloodier war on our hands, my friends. Because does Cersei even have a chance if that's the case? Can she really take on the Dornish forces? Can she take on Tyrell forces? Can she take on obviously all the Ironborn ships that are coming her way? Can she take on Daenerys' dragons? Can she take on the Unsullied? Can she take on all the sellswords that are on Daenerys' side? No, she can't. I feel like the war is won already. I really do feel like the war is already won, but Cersei is Cersei. I don't know what she's planning. The world is her oyster at this point because she has no kids, she has no heirs, she has nothing, no husband, nothing. The world is hers at this point, and she's a loose cannon. She's a loose cannon of a queen and a loose cannon of a ruler, and I don't really know what's gonna happen. I don't think any of us know really what's gonna happen in Season 7. And as for the season as a whole, again, like I said earlier, this is my favorite season of Game of Thrones. Hands down, there's still Season 3, so I'll leave wiggle room for there, but it is by some margin my favorite season of Game of Thrones. Now, if we want to talk about things that happened before in the season, for example, the Hound, which I don't really know what happened to him. He sort of like, I guess, joined the Brotherhood of Banners and then Brotherhood without banners, and then just, I guess, is that it? What's gonna happen to the Hound? He's a really interesting character after what happened to him with that little community that he was in that I guess he liked a lot and was slaughtered by that guy with the, what's his name again? Like Lemonhide or something? No, that guy with the yellow cape. You know who I'm talking about. After his entire village was slaughtered by that guy and his lackeys. I guess he joined the Brotherhood of Banners? Brotherhood without banners. And now I don't know what he's gonna do. I really don't. I don't think anyone knows what he's gonna do. There are theories out there that I don't really want to get into because that'll be a bit too long for this video. But it's interesting to see what's gonna happen. Personally, I really don't know. I don't want to make any presumptions, but Hopefully it's somewhere cool. Arya, we know what Arya's doing. She's killing everyone. And the last person on her list is obviously Cersei, which I don't know how that's going to be possible. Considering how she killed Walder, it might be easy and it might not be. We'll see. And Jon, what's he going to do? Is he going to give the throne to Sansa like she technically deserves? Because he isn't, I mean, he is a Stark, but I don't know. This is the politics of Game of Thrones. Seriously, this is where things get really tough, because it's like, if he gives the throne to Sansa, is Sansa, the point is Sansa technically the rightful heir? That's the point. Is she, with Bran still out there, and with Jon technically being a Stark because he's Lyanna's son, his father is Rhaegar, who's a Targaryen. So, again, very confusing politics. What is Peter gonna do? Friggin' Littlefinger, what is he gonna do? You know, I mean, Game of Thrones. I love you and I hate you. And, I mean, there's so much more I can touch on, really, but this is a series where if you want to get in depth, I need to make like an hour-long video, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't even know how long I have to make a video to really get my thoughts on this video, on this series out there. But for now, I just want to put on record that this is my favorite season of Game of Thrones. And is it really the most satisfying season we've gotten? I think so. I think it's definitely the most satisfying season we've gotten. Battle of the Bastards played out exactly like I wanted it to. The season finale played out exactly like I wanted it to. Oh, and of course, who can forget Hodor? Rest in peace, Hodor. Rest in peace. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought about Season 6 in the comments below. Again, my favorite season. Season 3, Season 6, Season 3, no, Season 6, Season 6. As usual, like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.